The NBA's GOAT debate, deciding who's the greatest player of all time, is one of those timeless discussions that refuses to fade. Fans constantly bring it up, analysts passionately argue over it, and even the players themselves occasionally get caught in the conversation. No matter how many seasons pass, the topic always comes back to two legendary names: Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Michael Jordan, the icon of the 1990s, went a perfect 6 for 6 in NBA Finals appearances. He wasn't just a basketball superstar, he became a global icon whose brand reshaped what it meant to be a sports legend. Then there's LeBron James, the prodigy from Akron, who faced sky-high expectations and still managed to surpass them. A four-time NBA champion and league MVP, Olympic gold medalist, and still competing at age 40, LeBron's story is one of longevity, versatility, and sustained excellence. These two titans are often pitted against each other, as though the sport only has room for a single true king. But the truth is, both Jordan and LeBron revolutionized basketball in unique ways. Jordan brought an unmatched competitive drive and a relentless will to win. LeBron, on the other hand, showcased incredible versatility, leadership, and an ability to extend his prime well into his late 30s. While fans argue on social media, television, and in barbershops across the country, it's always more compelling when someone who actually shared the court with one of these legends offers their view. That's exactly what happened when Shane Batier, yes, that Shane Batier, appeared on the podcast Publitory Finds Out. For those who may not recall, Batier played a pivotal role during the Miami Heat's Big Three era, suiting up alongside LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh. Known for his intelligence, wit, and a healthy dose of sarcasm, Batier didn't disappoint when asked about the GOAT debate. His answer? Classic Batier. LeBron did something twice, he joked, that I don't think Michael Jordan could have done once. He won 2 NBA championships with Shane Batier as his starting power forward. No way Jordan could have pulled that off. With a laugh, he added, LeBron dragged me across the finish line. The albatross had never been so heavy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Beneath the humor, however, was a serious point about LeBron's ability to lift up those around him. Batier, far from being a superstar, became an integral part of a Heat team that reached 3 straight NBA Finals and won back-to-back titles in 2012 and 2013. His strong defense, high basketball IQ, and timely shooting made him a great complement to LeBron's game. Batier's comments also spotlight something often overlooked in GOAT discussions. LeBron didn't always have superstar teammates. He shouldered enormous responsibility, led rosters full of diverse personalities, and adapted to various team dynamics over the course of his career. Remember, he won titles in 3 different cities: Miami, Cleveland, and Los Angeles. He took the once floundering Cavaliers to new heights, brought the Lakers back to the top during a pandemic, and managed all this while juggling major off-court ventures, from business to social activism. So when Batier says LeBron dragged him to a championship, it's not just a self-deprecating joke. It's a testament to LeBron's greatness and leadership. It reflects how much he elevates those around him, even players who openly admit they weren't stars. Of course, Michael Jordan still commands an enormous following. His 6 championships, flawless finals record, and era-defining dominance are carved into basketball history. But LeBron's case stands on different pillars: consistency, adaptability, and a rare ability to make everyone around him better, including guys like Batier, who freely admit they needed that extra push. Looking at LeBron's career resume reveals one of the most impressive track records in sports. 4 NBA titles, 4 league MVPs, 3 Olympic gold medals, 21 All-Star selections, 21 All-NBA appearances, the NBA's all-time scoring title, and a place on the league's 75th anniversary team. Even at 40, he's playing at a level that most can only dream of, with no clear end in sight. Whether or not he wins another ring, his place among basketball's elite is already locked in. So what's the final verdict on the GOAT debate? Maybe there isn't one. Perhaps it's okay to admire greatness in different forms. Jordan was an ice-cold killer on the court who never let a final series reach Game 7. LeBron is the ultimate all-around force, redefining what it means to be a team's cornerstone for over 2 decades. And if you ask Shane Batier, the answer is obvious. Not just because of accolades, but because of experience. He witnessed LeBron's leadership, intelligence, and drive firsthand. And yes, he was dragged to 2 titles in the process. Whether you're Team Jordan, Team LeBron, or just a fan of great basketball, one thing remains clear. These debates remind us how fortunate we are to witness history. So, who's your GOAT, MJ or LeBron? Drop your take in the comments. Now let's pivot to the present. A major storyline is brewing in Los Angeles that could reshape the Lakers roster this offseason, and it centers around a familiar name, Jackson Hayes. As the Lakers begin their offseason planning, one glaring issue looms large. The team currently lacks a reliable starting center. For a franchise with championship aspirations, that's a huge problem. Addressing the front court will be one of the front office's biggest tasks this summer, and everyone across the league is watching closely. Here's where it gets interesting. With limited cap space and trade assets, the Lakers may not be able to land a star center through free agency or blockbuster trades. That's why some are revisiting a player who's already in uniform, Jackson Hayes. During the regular season, Hayes stepped up when called upon. He brought energy, athleticism, and a vertical presence in the paint. While his numbers weren't eye-popping, he delivered solid minutes and fulfilled his role when size and hustle were needed. But once the playoffs began, his role disappeared. His minutes dropped dramatically, and he was nearly absent during critical games. Naturally, that raised eyebrows. If the team didn't trust him when it mattered most, why consider bringing him back? Well, Hayes has finally spoken up. After weeks of speculation, he responded to a fan on social media about his future with the team. His answer wasn't definitive, but he left the door open, suggesting a possible return remains on the table. According to Lakers insider Kobe Price of the Orange County Register, Hayes' situation is one of the main off-season storylines to monitor. Price writes that how Hayes fits into the Lakers' plans to rebuild their front court will be key, especially given how his role faded late in the season. This brings the front office to a critical decision point. What Hayes offers must be weighed against what the team needs. If he does come back, it'll likely be in a backup role, not as a starter. But even as a bench player, Hayes could be valuable. He already understands the system, has played with core players, and has experience under new head coach J.J. Redick, who's expected to run a fast-paced, modern offense, something Hayes is already familiar with. It's also worth noting that Hayes developed decent chemistry with star guard Luka Doncic, forming a reliable pick-and-roll tandem and a consistent lob threat. That kind of on-court connection doesn't develop overnight and could be useful moving forward. Looking at the numbers, Hayes played 56 games last season, averaging 6.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, 1 assist, and nearly 1 block per game. Respectable stats for a backup center. He won't carry a team to the finals, but he knows his role, stays ready, and provides affordable depth, crucial in today's salary cap-conscious NBA. Still, it's clear Hayes isn't the long-term solution at the 5. The Lakers will look to upgrade. They'll explore free agency, consider trades, and exhaust every option. But that doesn't mean Hayes is out of the picture. He could return on a team-friendly deal as a known quantity who fits within the organization's structure. If the team allocates its cap space to shooters or playmakers instead of centers, keeping Hayes as a cost-effective depth piece might be smart. So, Lakers fans, the question is yours to answer. Should the team give Jackson Hayes another shot off the bench? Or is it time to start over in the front court? Did his playoff absence say it all, or is there more in the tank? Let us know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single off-season update. From trade rumors to signings, we've got everything covered. This summer will shape the Lakers' future, so stay locked in. Now, let's talk about a name the Lakers have reportedly had their eye on for months: Walker Kessler. As Los Angeles gears up for a crucial summer, the need for a reliable center sits above all else. The playoffs exposed the team's biggest flaw. They struggled to protect the rim and control the boards. This gap has become impossible to ignore. With minimal cap flexibility and few first-round picks to offer, the Lakers aren't in a great position to make a splashy free agent signing. That leaves the trade market as their best hope, and Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz is emerging as the top target. Rumors have swirled for months, linking Kessler to LA, and it's easy to see why. He's a defensive powerhouse, a rebounding machine, and young enough to develop further. But until recently, Utah's asking price has kept most teams at bay. Now, things may be changing. According to Deseret News reporter Sarah Todd, multiple league insiders believe the Jazz are open to trade offers. Todd reports that Utah may entertain deals involving 2025 draft picks and current players. While John Collins, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson are the expected names, sources also mention the possibility of talks around Kessler and even Lauri Markkanen. This opens the door for the Lakers. If they're willing to package the right assets, Kessler could become a reality. And make no mistake, he would change everything. Kessler averaged 11.1 points, 12.2 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and an impressive 2.4 blocks per game. He's a defensive anchor who alters shots and dominates the glass. Paired with a star like Luka Doncic, who thrives with effective screen setters and rim rollers, Kessler could be a perfect fit. Of course, nothing comes easy. Utah's front office, led by Danny Ainge, is known for driving hard bargains. He'll demand top value, likely picks, prospects, or both. Still, the fact that Utah is listening signals a shift. The Lakers have shown interest before, but now they may have a real shot. So, Lakers fans, are you ready to go all in for Kessler? Does he represent a turning point in the team's offseason direction? And if Utah plays hardball, what's Plan B? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Every like, share, and subscription helps us bring you the latest updates from around the league. This offseason is going to be a wild one. Stay tuned.